Nobody never got at me directly and said, we want you to join us and we're doing this. I have no fear of death. So, you know what I mean? It just confirms that what I said was true.
Oh God! Coolio, the man behind Gangsta's Paradise, knew he was playing a dangerous game when he started calling out the music industry. He spoke up when everyone else was staying quiet, and just a few years later he was gone. Now, we're all left wondering, was Coolio silenced for exposing the hidden truths of the music industry? I know.
I've had come at me on some weirdo like on some gay.
Oh, it sounds like something straight out of a movie, right? But here's the thing. Coolio warned us about this so-called gay mafia in the music industry. And now people are asking if they really had the power to silence him forever.
You know that I have no fear of death. So, you know what I mean? It just confirms that what I said was true.
But honey, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're talking about rumors of freak-offs, systematic manipulation of black artists, and some of Hollywood's biggest names allegedly pulling the strings behind the scenes for decades. I'm talking Diddy, Jay-Z, and this mysterious gay mafia that Coolio mentioned.
Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Now, let's get real for a second. In the world of hip-hop, speaking your truth can cost you everything. For years, there have been whispers about who really controls the industry and what they force rappers to do to stay relevant. But it wasn't until Coolio started speaking up that people really started paying attention. Coolio wasn't just talking about shady deals or industry manipulation. No, he was hinting at something much deeper and far more dangerous. According to him, when he was at the height of his fame, he was never approached directly by the industry bigwigs. Instead, they would send people to him with messages.
But I will tell you, I've had come at me on some weirdo shit.
Coolio was pointing fingers at what he called the Illuminati. He found it super sketchy that these industry elites never contacted him directly. Instead, they sent shady characters who would try to force him to do inappropriate things just to get a single song done.
Motherfuckers come at me on some weirdo shit, like on some gay shit. I've had motherfuckers come at me on some, oh, you should do this type shit.
Y'all, Coolio said the things they asked him to do were so messed up that he was shocked. He realized this was what it took to make it big in Hollywood, and he wasn't having it.
Make no sense. I view that as being inhuman. I view that as I would never do that.
So our boy Coolio decided to say no to all of this. He thought rejecting these shady offers would be good for him and the industry. But oh honey, was he wrong? This decision ended up being bad news for him. The Hollywood elites apparently tried their best to cancel him and did all sorts of wrong things to him.
It's happening to me. Went to jail for some bull. Got convicted. Well, not necessarily convicted, but because I didn't do no time.
Get this. Coolio even ended up in jail on what he claimed were false charges. He was arrested at Los Angeles airport for possession of substances he swore weren't his. Coolio insisted he never put any illegal substances in his luggage.
Never once have I put any dope inside my bag with all my wires, my Xbox, the bag that they're gonna open and search.
Coolio was adamant that those possessions weren't his. He even requested a DNA test to prove his innocence, but apparently that's not how things work at the airport.
I said, okay, well then, let me pay to have it tested just so I can clear my name and motherfuckers know that I am not that dumb.
Despite his protests, Coolio ended up arrested for substance and gun possession. He was supposed to serve 3 years of probation, but as part of a plea deal, he had to complete 45 days of community service instead.
Something happens, whether it's true or it's not true. Once it's been said, for most people it's true.
During the trials, it was proven that Coolio wasn't involved in any weapon possession. But for the substance possession case, he was sentenced to 10 months in jail with drug rehabilitation. Coolio believed all of this happened to him because he rejected the Hollywood elites.
A lot of know that I want to tell people. It's a lot of things that I want to teach, but I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm scared because I got 4 grandchildren, and I got children.
In interviews where Coolio was revealing these truths, he seemed terrified that they might harm his family. He decided to keep quiet about some things out of fear, but he hinted that there were definitely some inappropriate activities going on in the industry back then, used to manipulate artists.
People are telling the truth. You know, I've seen some crazy shit. I've seen some crazy, bro. I seen like, wow. I seen some and we go, what the f?
Now, here's where things get really creepy. Soon after Coolio disclosed everything that happened to him in Hollywood, he reportedly started receiving death threats. And then, after some time, he was found dead.
The Grammy Award-winning US rapper Coolio has died in Los Angeles. The legendary entertainer, whose real name is Artist Leon Ivy Jr., was 59 years old.
In the years leading up to his death, Coolio became increasingly vocal about what he believed was happening behind closed doors in Hollywood. During interviews, he revealed chilling details about what he called the gay mafia, powerful figures who allegedly controlled black rappers by forcing them into compromising positions. He warned that if you didn't play along, you'd be blacklisted or worse. But it gets even more disturbing, besties. Over the years, there have been numerous whispers about black male rappers being forced to participate in these events to keep their careers intact. Some claim these parties are used to humiliate and control artists, ensuring they stay loyal to the industry's power players. And who were 2 of the biggest power players during Coolio's time? You guessed it, Diddy and Jay-Z.
Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Now, Diddy and Jay-Z are no strangers to controversy, but few stories have rocked the industry like the allegations of their involvement in this so-called gay mafia. Over the years, multiple artists have come forward, hinting at dark secrets within the hip-hop world. Rumors of freak-off parties, secret contracts, and manipulative tactics have been surfacing for years. Diddy, in particular, has been a huge figure in the rap world for decades. But in recent years, he's been involved in so many lawsuits and scandals that it's his controversies making headlines more than his music. One of the more recent accusations against Diddy comes from music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. He claims Diddy and his son Justin were involved in a shooting back in 2022 and that they tried to cover it up. Lil Rod says Diddy or Justin allegedly shot a 30-year-old man named G in the abdomen and near his hip during a writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studio in Los Angeles. What's even more alarming is that G has since disappeared. According to the report, the shooting happened in a bathroom at the studio where Diddy, his son, and G went before the shots were fired. Lil Rod, who was nearby, said he feared for his own life during the incident. Lil Rod tried to help G by putting pressure on his wounds and calling for an ambulance while Diddy and Justin allegedly disappeared into another part of the studio. What's even more shocking is that, according to Lil Rod, Diddy told him to lie to the police. The lawsuit claims Diddy instructed him to tell officers that G had been shot outside the studio in a drive-by, which wasn't true. But this isn't the only thing Lil Rod has accused Diddy of. He also claimed that Diddy constantly groped him and that Diddy would lace drinks with drugs, sometimes serving them to young people. These shocking allegations paint a disturbing picture of Diddy's behavior behind the scenes. Lil Rod isn't the only one accusing Diddy of foul play. In the past, rapper T.I. made headlines when rumors spread that he had exposed some of Diddy's darkest secrets. According to the gossip, T.I. revealed that Diddy hosts secret parties where he films men engaging in inappropriate activities. The allegations against Diddy don't stop at manipulation and threats. Lil Rod's report also says that Diddy would alternate between promises and threats, one moment offering him the world and the next threatening him with violence. This kind of behavior isn't unique to Lil Rod's case either. There are other stories out there, including one from the late rapper Coolio, who often spoke out about powerful people in the industry misusing their influence. With these new allegations against Diddy, many fans believe that Coolio might have been talking about Diddy all along. The belief that Diddy is part of an elite circle in the music industry has only grown stronger. But Diddy's behavior, especially when it comes to trying to control others, isn't limited to Lil Rod and Coolio. Comedian Cat Williams has also spoken out about an encounter he had with Diddy.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no.
Cat Williams recently broke the internet when he revealed that Diddy tried to entice him with over $50 million to attend his infamous freak-off parties. These weren't just regular parties. These were wild, unhinged events where Diddy allegedly sought total control over attendees, including their bodies.
They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agency.
Cat also mentioned that there was a time when Harvey Weinstein, the infamous movie producer now known for numerous assault scandals, also tried to take advantage of him. According to Cat, Weinstein explicitly demanded that he perform sexual favors in exchange for a movie role. While Diddy's legal team has denied all the accusations laid against him, the court of public opinion is not so easily swayed. With Lil Rod, Coolio, and Cat Williams all sharing similar stories of threats and manipulation, it's hard to dismiss the possibility that Diddy is part of something much bigger and much darker than we ever imagined. You see, for those who dare to speak out, the consequences can be deadly. Coolio's sudden death in 2022 shocked fans worldwide, but many in the conspiracy community believe it was no accident. Coolio had made powerful enemies. He had spoken out about things the industry doesn't want you to know. And just like Tupac and Biggie, Coolio's life came to a sudden, tragic end. Coolio's death, though suspicious, has largely been forgotten. Yet when we look back at his warnings, his words seem more relevant than ever. With new allegations coming out about Diddy and Jay-Z, it's hard not to draw connections between their rumored gay mafia control and Coolio's sudden death. Could it be that Coolio was taken out because he knew too much?
One record, yeah, one record. And he's
riding dirty.
I don't know, he's probably a billionaire by now. Quietly.
Now, let's talk about Jay-Z for a second. His rise to billionaire status has been clouded by rumors of his involvement in the drug world. In fact, insiders like DeHaven, Jay-Z's former associate, have gone on record stating that Jay wasn't just any hustler, he was a kingpin. He allegedly controlled a vast network of substance distribution, not just in the streets, but also behind the scenes of the music industry.
Jay-Z's a full circle. He came up selling drugs, blew up through music, and then went.
And then there's Coolio, who was one of the few brave enough to hint at these underground dealings. He warned of an industry where powerful figures, billionaires like Jay-Z, manipulated black artists not just through contracts, but through drugs. The connections between these deaths and drug-related tragedies within hip-hop are unsettling. Some believe Jay-Z's empire wasn't just built on music. He built it off the backs of artists addicted to the very substances he was allegedly providing. So, was Coolio taken out for knowing too much? His mysterious passing in 2022, officially declared an overdose, has sparked intense speculation. Many now believe that his death may have been directly tied to Jay-Z's alleged vast drug network.
The older guys that was raised us was disappeared. Those dudes was going to prison and dying and tragic stuff was happening.
In today's climate, where Diddy's freak-off parties and Jay-Z's alleged ties to these exploitative practices are making headlines, Coolio's warnings are more relevant than ever. His mysterious death is now being looked at through a new lens. Was he taken out because he was about to reveal too much? The connections between his death and the powers that control Hollywood are hard to ignore. As more and more information comes to light about the gay mafia's hold on black entertainers, it becomes clearer why Coolio felt the need to speak out and why his death has left so many questions unanswered. Coolio may be gone, but his message lives on. He was one of the few artists who dared to stand up to the powerful figures who have allegedly controlled the music industry for decades. Now, I've got to remind you, besties, that a lot of this is based on rumors and unconfirmed reports. We don't have solid proof for many of these claims, but it's certainly got people talking and asking questions about what really goes on behind the scenes in the music industry. What do you think about all this? Do you believe there's any truth to these allegations? Or is it all just wild speculation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy Hollywood tea. Until next time, this is Sophie Scoop signing off. Bye!